What is going on, everyone? My name is Jared Haas, and welcome to the Best Seat of the Track. This weekend, we're at Kansas Speedway, and Dorothy, this is not the playoffs. This is the first race at Kansas. And joining us here from Kansas Speedway is the one and only dropping the hammer author, Daniel McFadin. Daniel, I don't know if we're going to get this race in. It looks like it's raining right now. How does the weather look, first of all, from where you're sitting here?
Oh no, we're gonna get it in, but it's raining right now, and it will be for a little bit. But I mean, the start might be delayed, but we'll get it in. But it's pretty miserable today, right now.
Well, at least the good news is there's lights here at Kansas. So, like I said, we're hopeful that we'll get this race in. Later start time is going to help. But this weekend, we got to talk about the most obvious thing from the previous weekend. Is that finish between William Byron and Joey Logano. Those two, hard racing, coming to the white flag. Logano sent it in, sent Byron to the wall. 13th place finish. You know, we caught glimpses in the interviews after the post-race too, and it was a pretty heated conversation. But now, going into this week too, you were able to talk to both of those drivers. What were their thoughts on this, finish at Darlington? And do you think this is going to spill over?
Well, we'll see about spillover, but no, their thoughts are exactly the same as it was 7 days ago. They're rooted in their positions. Byron doesn't think he was racing dirty. Logano does. And while Logano says thinks they're even after what Logano did at Darlington, Byron doesn't think they're even, but Byron was asked if he thinks he owes Logano, and he said no, but we're not even. And Logano said that if Byron wants to, go punch for punch, Logano will keep punching harder. So that's where things stand. I don't expect there to be, well, I almost said I don't expect any retaliation here, but hey, this is the track where Logano spun out Matt Kenseth back in 15, 14, back then. So who knows? But just made me feel ancient. Jared.
I think it's going to be a little bit. I don't think we're going to see the spillover this weekend. I think it's going to be something that's going to brew. And I wouldn't be surprised if this crops up during the playoffs. We have this part of the schedule. We have quite a few tracks that we're visiting in the playoffs. Kansas, Darlington, Talladega, and even the All-Star race at Texas. So it's going to be interesting to see how this develops. But I wouldn't be surprised if Byron, like I said, takes some action and during the playoffs to get even with Logano. But we'll see with that. I don't think so. It's going to be this weekend, but we'll have to watch on that. Daniel, but I want to focus on qualifying especially. Toyota had a pretty dominant qualifying session 2. Again, Christopher Bell on the pole. Pretty similar to Las Vegas, where Christopher Bell dominated the first session of the first group qualifying, and then dominated the final 10. Do you think Toyota can translate this win to the mile and a half? They had 2 wins this season, but they're at Richmond and Bristol Dirt. Kind of the unconventional tracks in the season. Do you think they can get it done and translate the speed that they've had in qualifying? Kyle Busch was close.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, Kyle Busch almost won in Las Vegas. So, I mean, they've had speed. They just had bad luck. Specifically, Denny Hamlin had bad luck. So, yeah, I don't yeah. When you qualify most of your cars up in the top 10, and you only have 6 Toyotas, that's good.
And when you have 6 Toyotas in the field, I think that's pretty impressive to say the least. Daniel, back to our picks of the race segment 2, and we asked our fans on YouTube on who was going to win this race, and we had over 2,200 votes, and 36% of them said Chase Elliott's going to win. And I'm going to show our standings for our picks to wins too. Last weekend, I was very unlucky with Larson. He blew a motor after he spun, had issues with that, finished last. Dalton Hopkins was on the show, had Tyler Reddick who finished second. So, at Track People, catching up a little bit. But I'm going to start with you, Daniel. Who's going to be the best in the Midwest at Kansas Speedway?
I'm going with Tyler Reddick. who starts second to get his first career NASCAR Cup win. And if he does, he would be the first-time winner of a Cup race at Kansas Speedway. There's been 32 races here. None of them have been a first-time winner.
That is pretty interesting nugget to note, too. Reddick, again, has been dominant well, too. And I'm going to go with another person that would have been under the radar beginning of the year, but, again, he's been dominant. Finished second at the Mile and a Half Speedway Atlanta. Had a good run at Las Vegas as well. I'm going to go with Ross Chastain in number one. Trackhouse racing is starting to be more complete. And second team as well, Suarez has been running well. Finished 10th at Darlington last weekend. So I'm going to pick Ross Chastain to win, too. Daniel, it was a pleasure to have you on here. And with everyone here at Frontstretch.com, make sure to subscribe and have a great race weekend.